The Minnesota Media Archive is brought to you by North Metro TV. Your support helps make the archive possible. Please consider a one-time donation. The past comes alive at North Metro TV, where we can help you transfer your old videotapes, films, cassette tapes, record albums, and even photographs and slides to DVD and digital so you can enjoy them again. North Metro TV, bringing the past to life.
Centennial starts off the year with 3 shutout victories. They lost to Edina 4-1. It would be their only. They then turn around and defeated Wayzata in the Capital City Classic, Hill Murray Elk River Holy Angels. They defeated Duluth East, Totino Grace, and Moorhead, and then defeated Totino Grace again for the conference title and moved throughout section and state. 27 consecutive victories. They finished the year 30-1. Who wants to see some goals?
Another big shot by Greg Blaine. Nice slap shot to the top of the net.
No, Ding controlling the face-off. And another goal.
That's Ben.
Zagrowski set up in front of the net. Got it pretty close to his own net there. He's trying to hack at it.
Henderson. There's Flynn. Cornell in. Big shot. Looking deep.
Another goal. This one by
Fire. Finds the 5-hole.
R.J. Anderson with a goal.
R.J. Anderson.
We're still skating with 5 men here. 7.5 minutes left. And another goal.
Vermillion looking for Flynn.
And another goal.
So we were a little off.
I really can't. Oh.
He'll dump it behind. Vermillion will go up and Montgomery will get his hat trick.
Another goal.
There's a shot.
Anderson, and it's put in. Vermillion. Nice pass inside, and that's Ryan Flynn with the second goal of the night. Back to action. R.J. Anderson taking this one in. Vermillion. Oh, and a shot and a goal.
5-hole.
John Kovacs that almost promenaded Tom Gorowski home.
This could be trouble.
That's trouble right there. Oh, little nice pass. That was beautiful. That was magnificent. Otherwise known as beautificent. 21 saves. He gets his 3rd shutout. Goal.
Shot, goal! Goal for Centennial. Grizzle cross it back over to the center. Shot, goal for Centennial. Wow, a remarkable goal there. Centennial get the puck, middle of the net. Oh, shot, goal! A 3rd goal for Centennial, scored by number 8, Greg Flynn. The puck, bring it in. Shot, goal. Open net, Centennial, shot, goal! Goal for Centennial, number 21, Tim Ornell.
Another save, now 12 saves in the first period. Tom Gorowski shot, and that's a goal right through the 5-hole. Anderson over to Flynn. Flynn's shot, Gorowski, rebound, goal. Tom Gorowski with, and
Here's Berggren, his shot, rebound, and a goal. Josh Berggren, nice pass. And the shot, and it squirts free. And younger brother of David Backus, and shot, and a goal. Dominic Palma. Here's Flynn. Flynn's shot, puck not cleared. Here's Dorowski taking his time on this one as he skates in. And another goal for the Cougars. And another goal. Cougars have scored on the last 4 power plays. They are now 7 of 9 on the power plays. For Palma, shot, and it's a goal. Dominic Palma, that's his 2nd goal of the game, and his 15th of the season. 20 seconds left on the power play. And there's a steal, shot, and that's a shorthanded goal for the Cougars. Number 20, Ben Gilder.
And the Centennial on the break now. And a goal! A goal by Ben Olilla. And another short-handed goal by Centennial. Number 10, Mike Montgomery. But kept in by Centennial. Oh, and a nice one-timer pass and goal. For a deflection, no deflection. There's might be a hole in the stick there. Shoving, and there's going to be another penalty. And a goal! And a nice move. Glove save. Top shelf goal! And a breakaway here. And a goal! Goal by Josh Berggren. So 2-minute power play with 2 minutes left to play. And another goal! 8 seconds into the power play.
Check it out, y'all. Yo, check it out, y'all. Yo, check it out, y'all.
Hello everyone, I'm Kenton Kipp, producer and host of Sports 10. We here at North Metro 15 have had a lot of fun covering the Centennial boys hockey team on their road to the state title. I was fortunate enough to be able to sit down with Coach Oss and ask him some questions about this season. All right, I'm here with Coach Oss, the coach of the 2004 state champion Centennial Cougars. First of all, Coach, I want to thank you for taking time out to talk with us.
My pleasure. We appreciate everything you guys have done this year for us. Thank you.
All right, Coach, you're the state champions in Class 2A. What makes this team the best?
What makes it the best? Well, we gave up no goals in the state tournament. That is a start there. I don't think anyone thought you'd be able to go through this field and not give up a goal. That is truly amazing, and that can only be tied. That will never be bettered. And I think that is really an incredible accomplishment by this team. Yet coming into this tournament, I think people were more impressed with our offense as opposed to our defense. And we only scored 6 goals, but we gave 0 up, and we were fortunate enough and good enough at the time to win the state tournament by doing that.
Now, you did score a lot of goals throughout the course of the season, and playing in a conference like the North Suburban, there's not a lot of that great competition. What's kind of the coaching strategy where you want to keep the team, on top of their game, but you don't want to get the score out of hand?
No, we needed to play at least 2 good periods in all those conference games, and we did. But I thought we dealt with the teams that we had to play that it was very one-sided in a very respectful manner, and everyone in the conference was impressed and pleased at how we handled it. I don't think we rubbed anyone's noses in it. We just went out and played, and I think they respected that. But when we got to a certain point, we made sure we moved the puck around a little bit more. But people also had to remember is that we couldn't take a month out of the season. We had to continue to play, and I think we did it. I think the guys did it in a real respectful and positive manner.
Were you able to show up at family functions after that Blaine game with 17-0?
Yeah, after a while, and things are better there. But yeah, it was a little tense there for a while. There's no doubt about that.
All right. Who was your toughest opponent this year?
Boy, the state championship game was an unbelievable game with Moorhead. So I would give them that nod. Is that Edina beat us 4-1. So I guess really I should say Edina was, since it was the only blemish of the year, but at the end of the year they weren't there. When we played Moorhead here on Valentine's Day, February 14th, and we played them in the state championship on the 13th, those were just two unbelievable hockey games. You know, we happened to be healthy when we played them here on Valentine's Day. When we played them in the state championship, we were far from healthy. But I would say Moorhead was the toughest team we played all year long.
You mentioned Edina as the one blemish on your record. Do you think it's good to have a loss on your record? And what happened in that Edina game?
Well, you know, we were 3-0. We had shut everyone out coming into to the Edina game. We beat Blaine, we beat Roseville, we beat White Bear. You know, those are three traditional, very good teams. Yet there was already a lot of pressure mounting on these guys because they had been ranked #1 in the preseason, ranked #1 through all those games. And, you know, we got beat by Edina. Edina played, their goaltender played tremendous. Their team defense was a lot like ours down at the XL Center. You just couldn't penetrate anything. And, you know, they gave us a good, solid a licking. I mean, I thought we played well. We didn't finish well. And, you know, we gave up some goals that we normally wouldn't give up. And, you know, they beat us. You know, some of the kids in talking to the captains, they were saying, you know what, this is fine. You know, this loss really didn't mean a lot. It didn't have a lot of significance in the conference, or no significance in the conference or the section. Yeah. So it was just pride. You never like to lose, particularly to Edina, but you know, I think it was good that we got that off our back. I mean, if it would have been continuing to build, being unbeaten going into the state tournament 28-0, I think that could have been. I mean, I think the pressure would have been unbelievable. Not that the pressure wasn't there, but being unbeaten, I think, would have been unbelievable. So I think it, you know, in hindsight, I think it was good.
Okay. What was the decision like entering the Excel Energy tournament, the tournament, holiday tournament at Excel, rather than having your own tournament? And do you think that helped you?
Schwann Cup, oh, absolutely. You know, there were 5 teams in the Schwann Cup that ended up making the state tournament, so the field was incredibly good. And the only teams that didn't make it were Hill Murray and White Bear, which were in our section, and then Bloomington Jefferson. You know, those are all fantastic teams. They're all top 10 teams in the state. And to have the opportunity to play at the XL before the state tournament is huge. So your kids, they're not awestruck. You get in there for the state tournament, there's 19,000 people. You know, at the Schwann Cup, there's not 19,000 people, but there's quite a few people, and you're playing in that NHL venue, which is a big deal. It was huge. It was very, very big, and we thank Pete Carlson and Randy Peak and the people over at the Schwann Super Rink for getting us in the tournament. We're in it next year again. It is big. I mean, we like it because we're 6-0 at the XL Center. We love playing at the XL Center. We'll keep playing there as long as they keep inviting us, and as long as we can qualify for the state tournament.
All right. Let me take you back to that section final game versus Hill Murray. You're leading, I think, 3-2. There's about 50 seconds on the clock. The face-offs in your end. What's going through your mind there? We
got to win the draw, and we didn't. And Tom Gorowski wins over 85% of his face-offs, and he was up against Sam Kelly, who according to our statistics, he's ruled or he's owned in winning face-offs, and Tommy didn't win the draw, and that doesn't happen very often. And they got it back to the point, and they worked it around. There was a pretty good scrum in front of the net, and my goaltender is down, Greg is down, and I'm seeing a loose puck, and I'm like, this is trouble. But you know, we got it out, cleared it out, and that was it. But we didn't clear it out until there was about 15, 16 seconds left, and then kept it down in the hill zone, and you're feeling pretty good about that. But when the puck is up on the point or laying out in front of your net with a 6 attacker out there, that's pretty nerve-wracking. Yeah, absolutely, very nerve-wracking.
City. So fared much better outside of conference than they did inside. 13-4 record. And there's the first goal. Entire year. Here's Vermillion. Right for the net, and a Centennial goal. Right back. Ties it up at 2. Good response from the Cougars. Then a little shot. We'll tag up.
Well saved, Winston. Great stuff.
And he scores! Rob Anderson. He is the highest scoring defenseman in the state of Minnesota, and you just saw why. Somehow squirts through, and it's a rebound in front, and that one just slammed back in.
I think you're right. It's good finish.
Here's Ryan Flynn.
Here's Flynn. Drops the
Handsome shot to goal! Beautiful behind the back pass drop, and what a pass. Check this out. No-look pass, and RJ right over the left shoulder of Kriegler. Face-off circle. They're going to bring it cross ice with a man in front. And Tom Gorowski hits that one-timer on the near side, beats Kriegler. Moving the puck around, did not take long. Someone else. Great position. In front. That header grab.
Million shoots and scores.
Sitting right inside the crease.
And there's a backhanded shot to goal.
As Olilla behind the net feeds a great pass to Tim Ornell. And just all alone in the front of the nets. And Anderson, 22 seconds left. The power play to goal. Tom Gorowski. And one thing's for sure, the fans love the Flynn's. You can't blame them. Shot fired in, and it's goal! Cougars take the lead 2-1.
Point taking a lot of great shots.
Shot, and it's a save by Stutz. Here's another shot from the outside. Here's a shot. There's the save to the net. Uses his body to get around, and he sweeps it in. The net started to come off. Ryan Flynn behind the net, centering pass in front, shot to goal! Cougars score the third one after all.
The only blue ribbon being handed
Shot in
out.
front, and it's covered up. Loose puck in front of the net. Pioneers hacking at it. Still loose. Still loose. Shot, and Stutz is up, and the Cougars are making their first trip to the state tournament in school history. There you go. Section 3 AA champions, your Centennial Cougars.
In Section 3 AA, the Cougars roll through the first two games 9-2, 9-2 before meeting Hill Murray in the championship game, defeat them 3-2, making some history.
We were so blessed at such great depth, particularly at forward. Tommy Growski was nowhere near 100%, but Tom Growski at 80 or 85% is still awfully good. Ryan Flynn, obviously, in the state tournament got hurt. Mike Montgomery hurt his shoulder in the first Moorhead game. We had a lot of guys, really nicked up, but we had great depth, and we had guys that were willing to play, banged up and nicked up, and that's how you win championships. I mean, you're going to get nicked up, and we weren't very beat up during the regular season, and then these key injuries came, in the last 2 weeks of the season, and it just goes to show the heart that this team had. There was nothing that was going to get in their way, not even these injuries, and they did a heck of a job.
Now, I think I heard somewhere that your father was a hockey coach.
Yeah, my dad was a high school hockey coach at Kellogg High School, and he brought Kellogg Chargers, my alma mater, which is now Roseville, to the 1974 state tournament. So 30 years ago, he brought a team to the state tournament. So this was a real special moment for my family.
Okay. Now, was that an inspiration for you to become a coach?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a coaching family. My dad's brother, my Uncle Pete's the head coach at Bethel College too. So we've had just a lot of coaches, and you grow up in that environment, and yeah, I guess I was real interested in it. My mom told me, do anything you want, but just don't be a teacher. And she should have used a little reverse psychology on me, because all of a sudden here I am.
Right. How many years have you been at Centennial?
This is either my 16th or 17th year. You know, I'm having so much fun. I can't remember what year. I came here in 1987, 88 was my first year, and I guess if I sat down and did the simple math, I could figure it out. I think it's my 17th year. And before that, I spent 3 years at Faribault, Minnesota, and then a year in Northfield. So this would be what, my 21st season right now. So you got to bang around a long time to get to the state tournament, but it was well worth it.
All right, now you mentioned taking a long time to get to the state tournament. Do you think Centennial's finally over the hump?
I'd like to think so. You know, I really believe right now that we're to the point where we don't rebuild, we reload. Our youth teams have just been so solid. I think we're real good down through the 4th grade right now, and I can't tell you enough about the 3rd grade yet because they haven't had a chance to play enough yet. But I really believe down through our first year squirt level that we're good. We can compete with the best in the state at all those age groups, and that helps immensely.
All right, how long do you plan on staying at Centennial?
As long as I'm having fun, I'm going to keep doing this, and I have had nothing but fun, even in the years that may not have been, you know, the greatest years. An opportunity to work with young men is just fantastic, and a great game like hockey is even that much better. So I plan on being around for a while longer. My youngest is a 6th grader. He's on the AP Wee team, and I've always said I want to see those guys through. And then after that, it'll just be a year-by-year thing. But I'm having a ball, and the type of teams that we have coming up, I can't see why I'd want to get out. I think I have 13 more years to teach. Will I make it 13 more years coaching? I don't know, but I'm having fun, and I'll just take it a year at a time.
Leading scorers for the Cougars, Tom Gorowski just shy of 100. He picks up 94. R.J. Anderson 85, Ryan Flynn 68, Tim Ornell 60, Ben O'Lilla 54, Travis Vermeulen 52 points, Mike Montgomery 48, Greg Flynn 45. The list goes on. Greg Stutz between the pipes, 1.22 goals against average. Some pretty sick figures, but it's not just about the numbers. Looking at the players, who leads this team?
Oh, wow, we got so many leaders. I mean, obviously one that comes to the forefront is Tom Gorowski. He's Mr. Hockey.
Not Mr. Hockey.
In the state of Minnesota. He was named Metro Player of the Year. He was just named AP Player of the Year yesterday. Obviously, he comes to the forefront. He's been with us for 3 years. He's our all-time leading scorer here at Centennial with over 200 points. He's a leader. Greg Flynn is a big leader. He's one of the captains on the team this year. He's headed for the Air Force Academy. Just so strong. Defensively breaks the puck out just so much well for us. He's a leader. Timmy Ornell's another one of our captains. 3-year letter winner again. Played with Tom for 3 years. You know, another big time leader. You know, all of our seniors. They're just great leaders here. Then we got some underclassmen that I think lead by example and voice in R.J. Anderson, Travis Vermeulen. We've just got, you know, we just got a lot of kids with heart, and I know I'm going to leave some out, but you know, the seniors and the juniors really took the younger kids under their wings and really gave them great examples. And when you have a veteran team like we had this year, you know, it's nice. You have a lot of guys that lead. They've been to section finals. They know what it's like. They've been in the battles, and it was a great chemistry that we had this year.
I'm talking about Greg Flynn, and as a leader, do you think he fits the Herb Brooks Award?
Oh, absolutely. You know, they had 10 checklists, or 10 checks you listed on characteristics of Herb. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, this fits Greg, you know, to a T. You know, extremely disciplined, a man of great integrity and character. You know, and that's what Herb Brooks represented, and that's what Greg Flynn represents also. And the Air Force Academy has got a real gem in Greg there going out there.
All right, now talking about R.J. Anderson, he's a defenseman. How does he score that many points? Does he even play defense?
You know what? He plays great defense. I've been talking to a number of college and pro scouts, and they say he's the real deal. Not only does he play great offense, but he's very rarely caught out of position on the defensive side. He's always inside, which is what we preach and teach, and it was real reaffirming to hear the pro scouts. I was just talking to the other night talk about that. And RJ, by the way, is just committed yesterday at the University of Minnesota. So that's our 3rd one who'll be a Division I player, but he's got another year left of high school. So the Gophers are getting him committing a little bit early, and that's good. And he can worry about just playing hockey next year, not have to worry about the whole recruiting process.
Well, it's good to hear Minnesota keeping some of Centennial's.
Yeah, Yeah, you know, they didn't do a lot with the senior class in this state, but they're doing a lot with the junior class. So yeah, that's good for Minnesota. I would have liked to have seen them keep some more of the seniors here. But, you know, some of the top seniors, Jack Hillen from Holy Angels going to Colorado College. Tom, who I, you know, feel is the top player in the state right now, is going to go to Wisconsin. So you have some guys they're leaving the state from the senior class. So, you know, we'll see. Yep, no, I'm real happy. RJ, he's real happy about staying here in Minnesota and being close to home for his family. So that'll be a great experience for him. But I'm looking forward to watch the Badger Gopher games when Tom and RJ get to knock heads against each other here. It should be real fun.
We'll look forward to that.
Yeah.
You've given a nickname to your goalie, Mr. Zero. Tell me about Greg Stutz.
Well, you know, he gave up no goals in 3 state tournament games against the number 3, 4, and second ranked team in the state. That's pretty impressive. And in the section finals, he gave up 2 to the number 5 ranked team. So, you know, that's pretty impressive. But Greg is also going to be the first one to tell you that a goaltender can't do it by himself. And he gives credit to the other 5 guys out there in front of him, and that's a key thing, the type of team player that he is. You know, Greg didn't get the accolades that he so rightly deserved this year because of the team he played with. People would say, well, they score 1 million goals, they don't give up a lot of shots, and some of that is true. But Greg made some awfully big saves for us, particularly in the second half of the season, that you know, I felt deserved better accolades than he got. The St. Paul writers, after the state tournament, said, well, you know what, can you get us a picture of Greg Stutz because he's made the All-State team, which he originally wasn't on. And deservedly so. He should be on that All-State team. He should have been on the All-Metro teams. And I know he's got some junior teams that are starting to take some more interest and possibly even some collegiate teams. So I feel real good about the state tournament that Greg had and opening some eyes to some people here. So hopefully he'll get some opportunities to further his hockey career.
Those of us who have been watching Centennial hockey the last 2 years we know how good Greg Stutz is, but we knew that it would take a state tournament performance that Stutz had in order to kind of prove his mettle.
Yeah, he had a heck of a state tournament. Heck of a state tournament. I mean, no one's going to do any better, you know, and he's going to go down in history for that. I mean, there's I guess quite a few people that have gotten 2 shutouts, but never have gotten 3 shutouts. And I think the record for fewest goals allowed is 1. And that was set by a couple of guys, one from International Falls, and I think one from Evelyn. I mean, we're talking in the 50s and the 40s. So modern day, what they consider modern day, it hasn't happened. So I feel exceptionally happy for Greg that he put up the numbers that he did and now got the credit and accolades that he deserved.
What does the future look like for Centennial hockey?
Well, I think the future looks extremely good. I think we're going to be a threat to get to the state tournament for many, many years. You need a lot of things to happen right to get to the state tournament. You know, you need to be healthy. You need to get some bounces here. But I feel real good. I mean, we're going to have to bang our heads against White Bear, Hill Murray, Roseville, and the rest of the teams in the section. So that's not going to be easy. You know, Section 3, I felt this year was the most competitive section tournament. It's difficult. But I think Centennial and the way our youth teams have played, we're going to be competitive for many, many years to come and always be a threat to get to the state tournament.
I'd like to thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule to help us out here. Eric Oss, head coach of the 2004 Class 2A Centennial Cougars.
Cougars in the state tournament. Quarterfinal opponent, Holy Angel Stars. Of course, the name of the game was defense. 2 scoreless periods. Greg Stutz, phenomenal job in net in the 3rd period, making this phenomenal save. He would get the shutout. Centennial's goal, Tom Goralski scores unassisted at 2:33 into the 3rd, and then Ryan Flynn adds the empty net goal under 3 seconds to play. Centennial moves on. 2-0 victory over the Stars. They move on to play Wayzata in the semifinals. In the game versus the Trojans, 1st period, Tim Ornell scores the 1st goal, assisted by R.J. Anderson and Tom Goralski. 2nd period, Tim Ornell scores again assisted by Goralski and Anderson. And then on the power play later in the 2nd, Ben Olilla scores the rebound goal, assisted by Tim Ornell and Tom Goralski. Cougars 3-0 over the Trojans. Greg Stutz shutout number 2. They move on to play Moorhead in the championship. Greg Stutz, another phenomenal game in net. Mike Montgomery adding the lone goal, assisted by R.J. Anderson and Travis Vermeulen.
and that's all the Cougars would need. They defeat the Spuds 1-0. Greg Stutz becomes the first player in Minnesota State history to record 3 shutouts in the state tournament. Cougars, state class 2A champions.
The Minnesota Media Archive is brought to you by North Metro TV. Your support helps make the archive possible. If you like this video, please consider a one-time donation.